Hey guys, Bobby, how are you? Listen, I'm just rolling as you see the date on this guide. You're looking at 7/1. It's actually 7/3 today. I'm just getting started in the bepic business. I'm stoked because I finally found a company that I can work with people at any price range they're looking for, get them making money. I have a superior, or I should say, let me just call them a great team of mentors that are already killing this business, crushing it. My friend Lance, who I just met, but he's making a couple 100,000 a month. So we're going to move fast. Okay, that's how we build this. And to do that, I wanted to have a duplicatable game plan for everyone. So I put this guide together based on all the years that I've been in this industry. Over my, as you know, I've made about $4 million in the industry, so I've done pretty well. And I've always used some core principles. So this will evolve, this will change. New strategies will come in as I learn the epic business a little bit more. But I got about 10, 15 people ready to roll. And I just don't want to pop them in and then they kind of stagnate. I wanted to have something that we could have a track to run on, and we'll build off of that. So the way this works is real simple. When you come into the business, as I said, first of all, let's just go through it, okay? And I'm going to do this in I started this about 2 o'clock. I'm going to do this in like 2 15-minute segments if I can, to get through it as quick as I can. I don't want to make it too long. You have to sit there, so I'll break it into some segments. But it's important that if you want to make this into a business, now if you're just using the product, you don't need to really go through all this. But if you're trying to build a nice, solid secondary income stream, go through this getting started guide, because there's some fundamental things about this type of business that you might not know, even if you're a doctor or a lawyer, because that's your practice. This has been my profession for 30 years almost, okay? So what I want you to do is, first of all, the mentality is treat it like a business. So if someone says to me, I don't have time to go through, 2 20-minute videos, then you're not treating it like a business. Because I guarantee whatever you're doing in your profession, you spent more than 20 minutes or twice getting up to speed, right? It makes sense. So let's treat it like a business. Print out this guide and then watch what I did on our training site, which is also our recruiting site right now. And I might have a separate site, but it's incomegenerators.biz. You know about it because you're on watching this. I believe that from training, you build a getting started guide. This guide will bring you to other videos, other documents, if you will, as we get rolling with this. But this is like the Bible that we go through when you get started. And then instead of just reading it, and then depending on your team, whoever brought you in, maybe they're new too. I like to do the coaching on this. So I run through the guide with you. It makes sense? Okay, so let's just run through it. Let's not spend a lot of time. Your initial setup, which means very simple. Your website is bepic.com/your username. Make sure you have that and your password written down somewhere. Make sure you have your enroller, or we call them your sponsor. I know some people don't like the word sponsor, but enroller, sponsor, their phone number, and of course the team leader. Maybe your enroller is brand new and you say, man, they don't know enough yet. They're green like me. Well, whoever you're working with, me or someone else, make sure you have a couple of upline phone numbers, if you will, okay? And as I said, we're going to go over this plan with people who want to build the business. If they're just product users or they have no interest in residual income, that's cool. So let's get started. What's the first? One of the initial things we do in our setup is you got to manage your placement, the binary. When you come in, you go to login, you hit account, you scroll down to binary or 2-team placement, I forget what it's called, and you set the side you want. It's either left side, right side, or alternate, left, right, left, right. You got to know and talk to your enroller. Maybe they're building a team under your left side. To earn in the compensation plan, the binary, which is what we're focusing on with the team placement, you got to have one on your left, one on your right. So that's first. One member on your left, one member on your right that are ordering at least some product every month. Then you decide if that one side starts to take off, or you're getting people placed from your upline team, well, then maybe you want to focus on your other side. So you got to know where to lock in your placement. We don't want you calling the company every week saying, all right, put someone on my wrong side. They're going to get, at some point, we have to take responsibility for that. So learn that placement. It's very simple. You do it once. If you start building one side, you toggle the switch over to the other side. Okay. Now we're going to get your education. Now here's the key word. While you're launching your business, this isn't about study for 3 weeks and then you get started. No, we want to go fast. I brought people in the first day I was in the business, but at the same time, I'm putting this guide together. I'm getting my education. So spend 15 minutes a day while you're building your business. Because don't forget, we know you already have a job, a career. This could be, I'm working right now a job. So I'm building this 2 hours a day. You might work 20 minutes a day. So, well, I try to do a little more than that, but my point is spend about 15 minutes a day, at least till you get your initial education, you get up to speed a little bit. Well, what does that mean? Go to your bepic or your own personal website, look at the product information. I love the way they do it. If you hit shop on your website, all the products come up. You click on one product, you can actually read a little bit. Then if you scroll down, it says learn more, and it's like a little slide deck on each product, the labels, so it's really, really great education on the products. And you do that over time and then learn the website, okay? We'll talk about the back office in a little bit, okay? Our team website, income generators, go through the recruiting videos that you might have already gone through, how we pitch a new person. Then once you're on board, this is the training, and you go through, learn, look at some of the things we put together on the site. Now, the details on the compensation plan understood. What I'm going to do on this income generators, that's going to be our team site. I'm going to do a little video that breaks down the comp plan a little more detail. You saw the plan, we went through it. I covered a little bit in detail. You might not fully know it. We're going to take our time and go through that. And not going to be long, maybe 20 minutes, and make sure you understand the compensation plan. Back office training, I'm also going to have a little video, whether I do it or a leader in the company, that's going to take you to the basics of your back office, meaning it's not complicated, how you set up, how you can see your commissions and how to get them, right? You got to link them to your bank account, or the company, I think, has a debit card. So that's important, right? How you're going to get paid. And then we talked about how you can view your binary tree. That's exciting, guys. I think it actually keeps track of who's on your left, who's on your right, as far as how the count, but you can see the names. That's all part of growing the business and getting excited about. So we want you to make sure you know how to navigate a little bit through your back office. And then, of course, the Facebook pages, which I'm just getting into. 100% Epic on Facebook is for prospects. And we'll get into the recruiting part of it, but you just toss them into that, let them see some of the testimonials, okay? And the Wolf Pack is a site put together by our team leader, Lance Conrad, I think his last name is, and guy making 200,000 plus a month, which is just staggering to me, okay? And he's got all types of, these are when you become a rep, you join that page and we can interact, and so you don't want to get, sick of listening to me or your leaders, you can go in, get into a whole website page. And then, after you've gone through that a little bit, continue your 15 minutes a day, browsing the Facebook pages. Anything on personal development. I don't care if it's Think and Grow Rich. Keep your mind 15 minutes a day on, this type of model or this type of concept of being all we can be in life, okay? Now, the next thing, and these are things I've learned, and don't get all caught up on them, but why are you doing the business? Some guys, just like anything in life, guys, you're going to hit some cold spots where people say no, they think you're crazy, you're not getting the traction you thought you were going to get. Well, you got to come back to write up on this is like a getting started work guide in a sense. Write a paragraph or a couple lines of why are you doing this business? And don't just say to make money. What are you going to do with the money? Your family, pay off debt, whatever it may be. Get as specific as you can. Some people write whole dissertations on this. I'm saying just at least a couple lines to get you focused in. And then a 1-year goal, 3-year goal. What would you like to be making in a year? What would you like to be making in 3 years, okay? And of course, the last thing is plug as many people, or I should say you, attend and plug into as many team calls and things that we're going to start learning about. Because, guys, this business is 98% your mental, how you view it. Life's about that anyways. How you view it, your attitude, and the rest of it is just going through the fundamentals to find the right people, but you got to have the right attitude. And I got to say one thing. It's right now, it's about 2:00. I was feeling a little tired. I took the Elevate pill. I usually take it in the morning when last couple of days when I get started, but I think I like taking it in the afternoon because it just like really makes you feel good. So if I'm talking too fast, sorry about that. Okay, so let's keep going. I'm watching the clock. I'm not going to go over. This might be 2 30-minute segments, and then we'll wrap it up, okay? So what is this business? It's a process of exposing people to the business, and of course, that could be the products or the business. Now, there's no cookie cutter way. You can learn. Every company or every even leader has different methodologies they're going to teach. But I'm going to go over what I consider some of the basics. And, people used to ask me in my other company when they were new and they knew I was a kind of a leader in the company, Bob, give us a tip. What's the biggest thing? And I used to always say the same thing. Did I spell that right? Consistent. I think I did. Consistent daily action, meaning that I'm going to go over a game plan. This isn't a business you get excited. You jump in for 4 days and then you take 2 weeks off. And then you jump in for 2 days and then you take another week off. This is little things every single day. Of course, you can take a day or so off here and there. My point is consistency, okay? So we need to talk to people, okay? You need to talk to people. So what do? We're going to be using all our things now. In our old days, we just had a Rolodex or people in our phone book, right? I'm dating myself here. Now we got cell phones, keeps a whole contact list. Hundreds and hundreds of people I have on my cell phone list. Facebook, I have 5,000 calling friends. Half those people I don't even know. Okay. New people you meet every day at the grocery station. Dad, don't take these pills. Grocery store, gas station, whatever it may be. So you're going to be approaching them about the business or the products. And guys, even though you have them on your phone or you have them on Facebook, we always tell people, I'm not going to put a number to it. Start with 100 names, 25. I don't want to overwhelm you, but take some of these people that you want to approach and start an initial list, because sometimes on your phone, you're going through it and you're saying, well, here he, and by the way, don't prejudge, because we say every dud knows a stud, meaning that you don't know who they know. I've got some of my biggest leaders in my other company. I always think of my friend Rosebud, who's a great friend of mine now and also a great leader. I met her through my faux painter that was doing my new house years and years ago, going back 20 plus years. He saved the business like a week, but he led me to a great leader who led to a lot of other great leaders. So you never know. Let's just get it rolling. You never know who knows who, okay? So you make a list. You contact as many. Here's the first, launching your business. There's launching your business, and then there's consistent action we take, month 2, month 3, year 2, year 3, whatever it may be. So let's talk about your initial push. And guys, you can always do more and you can do a little less, but you want to get a little more aggressive to get off to a great start. So you contact as many people as needed. What do I mean by that? I don't give you a call 40 people. Your goal is to get your first 10 people that see the plan and not just watch it on a video. You got to have a dialogue, you or your team mentor with you. We call it a follow-up, because I want to really have a true exposure to a new person where they see the plan, and then we have a little follow-up discussion to get their questions answered. So that's 10 people. My feeling, if you do that with 10, you're going to be activated. You have one in the left, one at least. You probably have more than that, okay? Because especially with the low entry fee we have. In my other company, you had to come in with $300-400 starter kits. This is, boom, monthly product. That's it, whatever it may be. So that's goal 1. By the way, everything I'm going over, I want you to know, you'll see on this guide, if you printed it out, I've actually recapped it all in a checklist. See, I'm trying to think this through. I don't want you to have to sift through all this writing. I said all these key things is in a checklist at the bottom of this getting started guide, okay? So you want to follow up with them, and we're going to go over the inviting process. And to get your first 10, what I like to do is, for accountability, you set up 2 online, I used to say home, well, maybe we'll go back to the home, but with the pandemic and plus people's ease of, getting people to a house sometimes. That's all we used to do. Then Zoom came along, and all of a sudden we can connect 30 people, in one meeting, and they can stay at the comfort of their home after they put their kids to sleep. It can explode businesses now. So 2 online presentations of your prospects. Now, there might be some other people bringing their prospects, but the bottom line is you're going to take new person. So I'm going to work this with all you guys that come in. You can combine the meetings with somebody else, but you're going to take responsibility. I'm going to say, Johnny, this is your meeting I'm doing Tuesday night for you, right? And between the 2 presentations, try to get your 10 guests on there. So what's that? 5 guests on each meeting. Okay, now what do I say? Now, if we miss it, you fall short, you continue the process till you have 10 people that have seen the plan. Now, you don't want this to drag on for 7 months. It should be something you can do within your first potential 30 days in the business, okay? And so here it is. There's your 2 times that we're going to assign to you that you're going to take responsibility. And here's your 10 slots. Someone sees the plan, put their name down. Next person sees the plan. And again, remember, we're going to follow up with them with just a brief call, whether they're interested or not. If they say, it's not for me, great. They saw the plan. But if you're not sure, the key is after they see the plan, we do a little follow-up call within 24 hours, okay? And then what's the other launch thing we're going to do? Now, this is from the company. I'm old school. I just show the plan, but you know, I'm not going to fight with the leaders that are making $200,000 a month in this company. It's ATM, add tag message. I got to learn that. I don't even know what the hell that is, but I'm going to learn it. Okay. Well, you message. Now again, everyone, they want you to do more. You can do more. I'm trying to keep it in a bite size that won't like blow your mind if you're just getting started in this industry. This is 5 people a day for 10 days or 50 people total, right? And we're going to have a little brief video that it explains ATM because it's new to me too. Also on this training site, you go, what is Bobby talking about? Add ATM 5 people a day for 10 days. You watch a little 2-minute video to explain what we're doing and how that works, okay? Now, once you've achieved that, we go to what we call our ongoing process. So does that make sense? What we're going to do first is launch a business by getting 10 people. We're going to go over what you say to them when we get into the recruiting section in a second. So don't worry about that. But the goal is 10 people that see the business plan and 50 people. You know, you can break it. You can do 50 people a day if you want, but get your first 50 people. These are, for the most part, some added people you might know on Facebook. Like I have tons of people that really don't know me. I haven't interacted with them. I don't know how they became my friends, but they're friends. And I'm going to put this little ATM together and boom, I'm going to target them and see if I can bring them into the process. Okay. Now let's talk. I'm looking at my clock, 20 minutes. We're going to go 30 minutes and cut it off, then another 30 minutes, and we should be done. Okay. I think you're in the business now, so you can watch a 30-minute video. So consistent action. Now continue your efforts, consistent, ongoing action plan. Guys, this is a numbers game. I don't want to make it sound like we don't care about people. We do. But the point I'm making is you don't know who's looking, who's not. You don't get attached to their response. If you just say, first of all, you got to have a mindset, you're doing them a favor. And you are, by the way. Look at the pandemic, people are struggling. Even if in the good times, people are still looking for other ways to make money. So your first thought is, I'm not going to pester people, but doggone it, if I don't share this concept of the products, I'm doing them an injustice. If you can really believe that, you'll share this with everybody, right? So it's a numbers game. You're doing them a favor. Matter of fact, I should add that to this getting started guide. So here's the set of goal. Now, remember, these are Facebook people. You know, these are whoever it may be. Now, this is beyond that just tagging thing. These are people you're actually going to interact with, okay? 2 people a day, you got to open your mouth to, okay? So what is 2 a day in a 30-day month? 60 people. See, it's all, you let numbers work for you guys. You let compound, efforts work for you. You say, if I said to you, talk to 60 people a month, you might go, whoa. But if I say 2 a day, all of a sudden it's a little bite. You can say, I can do that. Okay. So out of 60 people that you bring up the business to, we're going to go over that with you in a second. Can be product based, can be business based. 30 of those people will want more information, meaning you'll bring up a product, you'll bring up a little bit of the business model. They're going to want more information. Now, I'll explain what that means. We're going to break it down in a second. That might be a three-way call. It might be looking at a video. It might be trying a product. It might be browsing the 100% Epic Facebook page. They didn't, in other words, they didn't just say to you, "Now get out of here, I'm not interested." They said, "Yeah, I'll look at something. I'll do that." And then, of course, anywhere you have to follow up with them. Does that make sense? If you say something about, "Hey, would you keep your options open when it comes to making money?" They say, "No, I'm not interested. I'm too busy. Get away from me." Right? There's no follow-up. But if there's a follow-up, yeah, send me something, do this, do that. Let me talk to someone. The point is that becomes one of the 30. So I think you should get about 50% of the people that at least want to look at something. Okay. They're not all gung-ho, but they're looking at something. Now, out of those 30 people who are doing some investigation, I believe 10 of them will do what? View. You'll get them eventually to view the business plan and have that little follow-up call. Right? Simple. You understand the numbers? Now, out of 10, I don't see how, especially without huge kits to buy and all these hoops to jump through, you can't get 2 people that'll say, "You know what? I want to be, let's roll with this. Let's try to make some money. Let's get started." Some of the other people might just become customers. Okay. But you should be able to get 2 new, I think we call them brand partners. I just call them partners a month to keep it simple. So here's my other point. You can't control the 30. You can't control the 10, right? Those are our goals. But what absolutely can control? How many people you open your mouth to in a given day or month? So 2 people a day, and I always taught this, all that other stuff will take care of itself. Let's not get bogged down with how many plans you show, how many you want to have these goals to see if we're doing it, because maybe you're saying something wrong or we're not doing it. If you talk to 2 a day, the 30, 10, and 2 should all follow the same path. You with me on that, guys? So track this. Now here's my point. We can only better ourselves. We can only monitor and adjust if we know what our numbers are. That's true in any business. So have some type of a tracking system where you have if you start with a line of paper and write 30 names on one and 30 on others, staple them together. There's your new month. And by the time that month ends, you should have opened to 60. And of course, on each line, you can track how many have seen the plan, how many people are doing an initial thing. That's the 30 you're looking for. How many people saw the plan, another check mark, and out of them, how many people become brand partners. So at the end of the month, you can have like a log to say, And then you can talk to me and you can say, "Bob, I'm having trouble here, obviously there. What can we do different?" Okay. But if you don't track it, I say to someone, they say, "Bob, I'm having a hard time. No one." So how many people have you talked to? I said, "You don't have it on paper?" "Well, how do you know if you're doing it well? Are you talking to 60 people a month or 2 a day?" "I think so. I don't know." And then you come find out when they track it, they're talking to 2 people a month and they wonder why the business isn't growing. So you got to have a tracking system. Okay. So that's our system. Remember the numbers: 60, 30, 10, 2. That's going to be our system for now. Okay. Now, what about that cold marketing ATM thing that we're going to learn about? I still think you do that. So on top of talking to, remember, when I say talk, I mean you're actually reaching out to someone. You're engaging them where there's a dialogue, at least initially. You're not just sending them a message and hoping they respond back. That doesn't count for your 2 a day. What you can add to that, which will also feed into your 60, 10, 30, 60, 30, 10 system, is ATM 2 people from social media. Now, if they're interested and you start a dialogue, they can count for the 60 people contacts a month. That makes sense. I'm hoping I'm not confusing you. Okay. So 4 minutes. Let's see if we can get into the exposure methods a little bit. It's either going to be business or product. They both work great, guys. Some of the best, most duplicatable people that'll build your biggest sales team came in first because they fell in love with a product. That's in any company. Okay. So business. Guys, this is just the initial pitch to see if we can get, this is the thing you're trying to do with 60 people. Guys, this is where you open up your mouth to them. Small talk first. So if you meet someone at the gas station, you don't just say, "Hey," you might say, hey, hot day today, man. What kind of car is that? The bottom line is small talk. If it's someone you know, how's the kids, how's the family? You don't just act like they're a number to you that you're trying to bring into a business. So a little small talk. And then, guys, there's many approaches. I like to keep it simple and right to the point. So let's just practice. You can get into all these other ones. Hey, you'd be great in my business and all that stuff. Let's just keep you one basic line, and you can evolve this as you hear other leaders, or you come into your own. So, hey, are you someone who keeps your options open when it comes to looking at ways to make money or earn additional income? Boom. What are people going to say? No. Most are going to say, yeah, well, what is it? Oh, that's great. Now you got to have a little preparation to what is it. And you say, look, man, I'd love to talk to you more about it, or could I send you a video link, or when's a good time to call you? Try not to get into the weeds with them right there, okay? If you can, get their phone number, or make up some business cards where you can hand them at least your card. But my experience is most people won't call. So if you give that little pitch, now obviously if someone you set up a call, right? We'll talk about what the peak interest methods are, okay? This is just how to initially get your word out there, okay? And if it's product, lead with trying to get them to book a time to review the products. Facebook, put them on the 100% Epic page. That's great product interest, okay? Now, once you've got them to the point where they say, yeah, I'd like to see something or do one, what can you do with them, guys? Well, there's a couple things you can do, and I already talked a little bit about it. You can get them on an overview call. This is where you can utilize me or some of your team methods. Someone says, well, what we are, my options open. Say, when do you have 5 minutes? I'll just run a few You don't tell them I'll get my guy on the phone. They get all nervous. Just tell you, when do you have time? We'll hook up a little 5-minute call. Yeah, I'll do. How about tonight, tomorrow, whatever it is, boom. Try to get someone on the line, of course, and then you just say, hey, Jimmy, listen, I got my friend Tony on the phone. I want to, I'm new at this. And all I want to do is talk to them. What I do in 5 to 10 minutes is find out if they're a hungry fish. I give them a little bit of tidbits on the business. I don't go into the plan or nothing, but basically it's an interview. I'm telling them a little, but they're telling me a little bit. Do they qualify to hear about this business? Now, that's the business end of it. And you can do this too once you get a little bit versed in it. But the other part is if you think it's product, tie them into the Facebook group or get them right away. A lot of people just want to try a product. So that's piquing interest. So with that said, I'm just about at 30 minutes. I'm going to cut this off. So you've taken enough in for your first 30 minutes. I'm going to take the last 30 minutes or less and finish this off. We're going to talk about presenting the plan. Okay, again, don't want to make this too long.